Hello, everyone. We're back with the next episode. A little bit later in the day now. Obviously it was busy throughout the day, but we're here now. We're gonna pick up where we left off from the last video with another post commentary, and we're gonna get. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Yeah, you can only come through this door this way twice, before the knob breaks. So keep that in mind. You can only use that door from that end twice. The end that we're on now, you can use as many times as you want. So, but again, keep that in mind for when you're making your path. Um, just like the other episodes, I try my best to, since it's post commentary and I can think a bit clearly, to account for my errors. Uh, don't press that button. This was a mistake that I made right here. You press the button on the other side because I got confused for a moment. Yeah, so now I have to go now because of that mistake. I wasted time. I gotta go switch this button again. Now it's the right color. So you don't hit that button, you hit the other button. And you do hit this button for this one. And then on the other side, you hit the button for the middle one to turn it purple. So it should go green, purple, orange, back to front towards this picture right here. So waste a little bit of time there. But also, you probably would have saved time if you waited to get this death mask for last. Because upon further reflection, because it only takes 3 shotgun shells and 1 grenade, well, 3 of the shitty shotgun, 3 shots from the shitty shotgun, and 1 grenade of any kind, I believe, to kill the Crimson Head down here. So really, you could walk into this fight with just those 2 items plus the 4 death masks. You'd still have 2 empty inventory slots as Jill to work with, whatever. Then, of course, you'd put the 4 death masks on, and now you would have a minimum of 4 free slots, if not more, depending on if you walked in with 2 free ones in addition. And then you would have more than enough to kill the boss and grab whatever you need to grab. I apologize for your people in the background. I don't have soundproofing, unfortunately. We're still in the beginning phase of YouTube, But yeah, upon further reflection, it probably would have been better to just wait until I get all 4 death masks and just do that way. That way I could have came here with the zombies despawned for one, and not have to do this and wait for them to do the trick like I did in the first video, right? So, but again, if you want to do it this way for whatever reason, you can, because you will still ultimately get the infinite pistol. Because this run was a successful run. So if you want to do it this way, you can, but if you really want to save time and shoot for that infinite RPG in your first playthrough, definitely consider just storing the autosave. Storing the death mask and then just come back here when you have all of them. And you can get this death mask that's right here that we just got for last. And you can see I wasted more time by going back to where that death mask was, and then I'm coming back out here to the graveyard and taking damage in the process because I'm an immoral. Oh no, I used a defensive item. Never mind. I didn't take damage, but I wasted an item. But we have plenty. We'll be fine. Because now we're going back to use that music piece that we got from the previous episode, and we're going to be getting the shield key. So, and the shield key gives you access to the only death mask that we don't have. So if you wanted to do it in a more specific way, you would go do the chemical bag death mask, then you would do the death mask for the night puzzle, you'd get this death mask that we're about to get with the shield key, and then you would get the death mask that we just got a second ago last. That is probably a faster way to do it, because again, 4 death masks will take up 4 inventory slots. Bring the crappy shotgun, waste the 3 shells that we have, waste a 1 grenade shot that we have plenty of. You'll be fine. That will save you time. This route that I'm doing was a tad bit slower. I should have just, when I left the save room, I should have just, like, when I got the music piece, I really should have just came straight here instead of saving. But again, I decided to be stupid and go do the 3 death masks instead of waiting for the 4th one. But, you know, everyone's different. You know, and it's little things like that that will save you time, because it's super easy when you're in the middle of gameplay and you're silent and you're thinking. You know, it's super easy to accidentally make these mistakes without thinking, because, you know, because you just get invested in the game, right? And that's fine. But as long as you don't make a horrendous amount of mistakes, you should have plenty of time to get the infinite pistol. You know, and sometimes it's just easier to go for the pistol first and then go for the RPG second. That way you don't have to worry about getting pistol ammo, and you can use your pistol a lot more without having to worry, and then you'll end up saving more ammo for the more powerful guns, even though you already get plenty. And then you just feel more comfortable, so you start being a little bit more carefree with your other ammos. Oh, if only a little bit, so. But yeah. I also wasted time there, as you saw earlier, if I believe, where I came into the hall, then I went back to the Great Hall to grab the wooden shield because I accidentally forgot to grab it like a moron. So yeah, slight time waster there. Don't do that. Make sure to grab it. Pause to read the document if you so desire, but you don't have. But yeah. You get the wood shield so that way you're not trapped in here, because, well, you'd have to put the gold shield back if you didn't have the wood shield to get out, because you have to have a shield there, so. Yeah, I did this because I think it is on easy or very easy difficulty, or both, that there's an ink ribbon there, and for some reason I thought it was there even though I couldn't see it, so that was a waste of time there, so don't do that. Just go do what you gotta do to get the gold shield and get out. Yeah, so. Yeah. This puzzle is very, very easy because you all you have to do is make the hour hand go to the armor. So it's very simple to do. It looks hard at first, because I remember for some reason my first playthrough I couldn't understand it, but eventually I was like, oh, okay. So you just hit the large gear and then turn it to the left or the right. It doesn't matter. But just make sure to do that twice, like you just saw me do, and then just hit no. Very simple. And this is the point, and this is the part where, like, you want to get geared up for the snake fight, but the snake fight is actually really easy because you don't really have to fight him. Well, I mean, you do to a point, because, well, you're about to see me pause here in a second. And you don't see it, obviously, because I was paused for probably 5 or so minutes or something, and I don't even know how long, and I cut that out. So that's why it seemed like a seamless transition, is because I just cut to the exact same frame, you know. And just, yeah. But anyway. But yeah, you can see I'm going back to the save room to get loaded up for the snake fight. But the snake fight is really easy because, like, you do have to help Richard fight him to get the assault shotgun. I don't think you can just leave the room and let him die and then still get the shotgun. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you actually have to help him fight it. But once you get to a certain point, which you'll see in a bit, you can just grab the shotgun and leave the room. You don't actually have to fight the boss. You do get an achievement for doing so, but you do not have to. It is not mandatory to fight him. Not yet, anyway. You will fight him again later. So, but because you're gonna fight him again later, don't even waste your ammo on him. Just do the bare minimum of what you need to do to trigger the cutscene to get access to the shotgun. Grab the shotgun and leave. That's all you gotta do. And I know, especially early game, where, you know, you only have a little bit of pistol ammo and not a whole lot of shotgun shells, it's very easy early game, when you're still finding all your ammo, to be like, oh, I don't have a lot. As long as you manage it properly, you have plenty. Like, because Richard, you know, will shoot the assault shotgun at the snake, while you're grabbing the death mask and dealing your damage. And I think if you really wanted to, you could kite the snake, in which you'll see me do a little bit, around and just have Richard do all the work. But you don't want to do that because that will waste you more time, and I think you only need like 3 grenade shells, maybe a little bit more, in addition to whatever shots Richard does in order to kill him. So you don't, and you get a lot more grenade shells later on. You'll see by the end of the game that I'll have like 12 incendiary shells, I think 9 regular grenades, I think, and 6 acid. So you'll still have plenty of grenades by the time you get to the final boss fight. So feel free to be a little bit carefree, just because honestly, aside from the snake, I don't think I ever used the grenade launcher. Well, that and the Crimson Head, just to kill him quickly early game. So you don't really need to worry about your grenade ammo specifically. Your grenade ammo should be fairly fine. I think I mentioned it in the previous videos, but like, you don't need to go overboard like I did with grabbing every healing item, because honestly, as you'll see late game, I had way more than I needed, like a lot more. I think if we had took away all of the green herbs that I didn't have, that, you know, combined, and they were just separate, and I just had my first aid sprays and my GRs, I would still have probably more than enough heals anyway. So you can be a little bit carefree with that as well. You don't need to go all in on looting the heals. That will save you time. But again, if you want to grab them, feel free, because you'll still have plenty of time to get the infinite pistol. But yes, this is what I do to kite the snake. Very easy strat. I think it's kind of borderline self-explanatory. You wait for him to get to a certain point past that pillar, and then you run. Then you get a shot off, and then you go here. He's fairly easy to dodge, and then you do the same thing. But make sure not to be too early, because if you pass that certain point a bit too fast, he will end up not coming around that pillar and just cutting through the middle there, and you'll end up... Oh, yeah, let's see. 2 grenade shots plus all the shots Richard did. Good way to save ammo, but like I said, you would have plenty of grenade ammo late game anyway, so if you wanted to go even more balls to the wall and just unload on his ass, you had more than enough ammo to do so. Because if you do it the way that I do it, you won't use grenades at all except for this fight and then the Crimson Head. And then you probably won't use a grenade launcher at all the rest of the game. So, again, grenade launcher best friend for this fight to trigger that cutscene. See, right there, I went way too soon, and then I got hit, and now I'm poisoned. But again, just grab the shotgun, and leave. But yeah, because I got hit by the snake and I'm poisoned, and there's no blue herbs yet, because you don't get blue herbs until after you leave the mansion, which we'll be leaving very soon. now you're forced to go get serum like you did for Richard. So you have to go all the way back to the medical room and go get your serum, which again is very easy because you've cleared the way. I think there's maybe one zombie that is super easy to avoid between you and the medical room. So just run straight there. You'll be fine. You won't take a whole lot of damage. But in terms of time saving, you do want to try, like, if you just waited an additional second or two for the snake to get a little bit farther up and then run, so he's forced to come around the pillar, you wouldn't have gotten hit, and then you could have went straight to the Crimson Head fight. Like, you could, like, instead of going to the medical room like I'm doing, you could have went to your save room, got the shotgun that I don't think we have right now. Just grab that real quick, go through where we got the second to last death mask, go straight there and just have the fight, and we would have saved probably a good 5 minutes. Probably, because think about the time it takes for you to, get out of the snake room and run all the way here to the thing and then run to the graveyard. Like, you see what I mean? Especially avoiding the paths that have a ton of zombies, like the downstairs, like, we know there's a ton of zombies where the first death mask was, so you don't want to go the downstairs path here, so now we got to come back up the stairs and go, so like, you save a couple minutes if you just wait that extra few seconds. Sometimes waiting just a tiny bit saves you more time in the long run, and this is one of those examples. So be patient with the snake. Don't go all hasty thinking you're gonna get hit. If you know you're in the right spot and you can tell, because I'm rambling a bit, but I'm trying to be very concise, and I'm probably being overly in depth, but there's no, but you get the point. But now we got the 3 shotgun shells, and we have the grenade launcher. We have a heal. We have the pistol that we're not gonna use. Oh yeah, I was organizing because I have a little bit of OCD, as you could tell, with where I have my heals and everything. You'll see that throughout the game. Yeah, I'm saving before the fight since I'm already here. Yeah, because I mean, like, you're already in the save room, right? And if you end up somehow dying to the Crimson Head, which you shouldn't, like, you really shouldn't, but if somehow you did, through some fluke weird accident, or you just made a mistake, you could just do a quick load, go straight to him, and then there you go. So, yeah. You're gonna see I'm running low on ink ribbons, but honestly, I still have plenty, because when we finish this Crimson Head fight and we go to the residence is stupid easy. Yeah, I could have, I probably could have just went through the other door. Well, I actually probably could have used my pistol to down him, but I just decided not to. Like again, I had my canteen and everything that I could have just brought with me, but it is what it is, it is what it is. But yeah, we're ready. The residence, I would recommend, unless you really are not confident with your resi skills to any capacity, I would not save at the residence. Like, I mean, you should save when you first get there, but don't, like, save every time you do something you consider is, like, massively progressive. Like, because there's only one zombie, and, again, we have plenty of... And honestly, we're at the point in the game now where all the zombies in the key areas that we visit are gone, and I think when we come back to the mansion later, most of the zombies, if not all of them, basically despawn, and they're replaced by hunters, aside from like a few that are fairly easy to avoid. So you know, and hunters don't act like zombies where they mutate and get stronger. Hunters, when you kill them, just die. So we're at the point now where we have a ton of kerosene left, and you actually get kerosene at the residence. You get one thing of kerosene, so you have 4 uses. Well, 4 oils there, so which is good. Avoid him, he does a little bit of damage, so just shoot and move, shoot and move. Wait for him to get up, because he takes a minute. And you see the achievement, so you know he's dead. See? Just like that. Super easy fight. Used all 6 of those shells that were in the crappy shotgun, so you got your use out of it. You already have the assault shotgun, so you're never going to use that shotgun again. Just put it away. Put it down far enough down in the item box where you're not going to see it again. That's what I do. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And yeah. Little bit of shotgun strategy there. I think if we wanted to, we could go like, I could have just went straight for the residence, but I think I go to the item box to put some stuff away, because I know I'm gonna end up grabbing items, I think, is... Yeah, because of the wind crest emblem, like, I wanted to give myself 3 inventory slots. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Again, if you did it the other way, where you waited to get all 4 death masks, just walked in with the... You know, yeah. Yeah, you would have saved time if you did it the other way. This way, I kind of wasted time a bit. But you know, learning experience. These are things I should know that I should be implementing because of the amount of playthroughs I've done on PC. But I just, you know, I just get so into the game and I end up doing my own thing. Like I improvise is my thing. Like, flat out improvise when I'm in the heat of the gameplay. But yeah, and, you know, I put that shotgun way down where the survival knife is, because, like, yeah. Put the shotgun shells there, yeah. And now we are going to be off to, and now we're going to be heading to the residence. There is something we have to do before we go to the residence, but we have to head towards the residence to do it. Yeah. Benefit of those slow walkers, they have really wide turn angles, so it's fairly easy to avoid them, especially if you're running straight and not curving. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, a dog jumps out here, as you can hear, but he's super easy to avoid. And but keep in mind that dog is going to stay there until you complete the residence, and then he despawns. But because we've already done everything in the mansion that we can do at this point, and we have to complete the residence before we can do anything else in the mansion, like, that's not an issue. Like, that dog, like, he's super easy to avoid. Just like you just saw, run straight there, use the stone object, and then you're good. If for whatever reason you are not at the right angle and you go to put in the stone object and somehow it says you're not at the right angle, and then you come out of the inventory to adjust your position, then you get hit. If you need to take him down, take him down. You know, by this point you have plenty of pistol ammo, because you're going to get quite a bit throughout the game that you're not going to use, so just go ahead and use your pistol, just go all in. But if you do it right, you shouldn't have to worry. Yeah, the timing of pressing the switch on that can be annoying, but just make sure you go for west on that one, because you want the 2 statues to face the opposite direction is really the trick. Away from the gate.
Barry?
Oh yeah. There's a sad story behind that monster. Yeah, this one I believe is north. I think it's supposed to be northwest. Like this one's north and the one above is west, I think. Yeah. So that's the trick. There's west on the top one, north on the bottom one. West north or northwest if you go from bottom to top. That should make it an easy thing to remember. Yep. We're almost there. What we're doing here is we're grabbing the Magnum. Yeah. Actually, if we really wanted to, we could skip this because again, this whole run is based on getting infinite ammo weapons. I tried to kind of go for the infinite RPG, but I also understood, and I think I said this in the earlier video, but I'm just reiterating, that I also understood that I didn't have infinite ammo. Because I needed to have ammo for my guns, I was going to have less inventory slots, and I wasn't, and that I had to accommodate all these things. And I kind of figured the odds of me getting the RPG first run, I mean, it is doable, but more often than not, that's not the case. You usually have to do a second run with the infinite handgun, and it makes it 1,000 times easier. So yeah, but you don't really need to be here because, again, the final boss fight, depending on how many people you save, like, if you save even a single person, you basically have an extra boss fight right before you get in the helicopter to be rescued. So if you want to completely skip that boss fight, you have to basically let Barry and Chris die, because you can save both of them. But the thing is when you kill Barry, you get his Magnum, which comes with 6 shots already in it. And then I think by the time we get to the boss fight right before this last boss fight, and I use the term last boss fight loosely because, like I said, in order for you to get the last boss fight, you have to have at least one person survive up to that point, and then it's basically a secret boss fight, I guess you could say. But the boss fight right before that is the definitive final boss that you're gonna get regardless of who survives or not. Like, it takes, like, I think 4 or 5 mag shots to kill it, so honestly, so really, as long as you have a mag in general, you're fine. And if you ran out of mag ammo, which you shouldn't, because you should find at least 6 to 12 shots that you could reload into that mag, and then if you find this mag that we just got, which has 6 shells in it, you should have about 18 plus shots. So, and I think every other enemy dies in about 1 hit with the mag regardless. So really, for time, we probably could have just skipped this mag altogether and just used Barry's mag, and we would have been perfectly fine. And the boss fight would have been a piece of cake, as long as you don't use that mag. Or even if you do, just make sure you have at least 6 or so shots, because you don't really need the mag for any other part of the game. I mean, if you wanted to use it to make certain fights faster, you could. Like, I probably should have used it for the second snake fight, but I didn't. But, oh the fuck well, I guess, right? So, again, but these are things you guys could be like, hey, you had all this ammo, and, why didn't you do this? Like, these are things you can see that I might not have seen when I'm playing it, and might not even see now during post-commentary, that you guys can, like I said, this is a basic guide, but feel free to add your own spin to it if it'll help you improve your time, and hopefully, if you're lucky, get the infinite RPG in your first playthrough instead of having to do a second one like I have to do. But again, to each their own. I was gonna save here, but I thought about it and was like, no, I don't really need to, because I have a lot of heals. Like I said, I had a ton. And it's super easy to, for the most part, if you know what you're doing, to avoid Lisa, because that monster's name is Lisa's attacks. And even if you get hit, I think she takes maybe a 30 your health on normal. Even if she took half, like I said, as long, like, even if she hits me, I should be able to avoid her. And there's no real enemies between between this cabin and the residence. Not really. So, as long as I got past her with any amount of health, I would have been fine. Oh wait, no, I take that back. There's 3 dogs that we have to fight, but they die in about 1 shot with the assault shotgun, and we have plenty of shells for that, so... But again, very easy to dodge. Just go past her. You know, have your assault shotgun out for when you get to the dogs. And then, aside from the 3 dogs, you just go straight to the residence. Oh yeah, there is a zombie that's right around the corner that spawns here after this whole Lisa bit. But again, the zombie is super easy to avoid as long as you hug the right side of the screen, like you see me do. So super easy to avoid, no point in even bothering with him. And I actually think because of the angle of the ground, I actually don't even think he can grab you. I think he can only spit, so I think even if you ran right at him, I think you're fine. Because as long as you're at a full sprint, his spit won't get you. But don't quote me on that, because it's been a hot minute since I've actually tested that, so I would still hug the side of the screen, just for 100% guarantee that you're not gonna take any damage, but yeah. Air skating, gotta love it. Very annoyed they took that out of 0, like you actually have to do the normal stair animation when you go down it, like you can't stair skate. It sucks ass, but oh well. But yeah, this is the part where the dogs are at, but like I said, super easy.
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me? Shit. It's broken.
Yeah, I mean, like, there actually is a way where if you walk really slowly, you can actually, I think I've got it to the point where, like, I got to the door and then they noticed me, but by then I was close enough to where I could just activate the door and just completely skip them altogether. But the thing is you have to come back through, you're obviously coming through here right now, and then when you finish the residence, you gotta come back through here, to get back to the mansion, and then when you finish the last part of the mansion, you got to come back through here again when you get the battery, and you'll see what I mean when I refer to battery, and then you got to come through here again to do this bit. Yeah, so you come through there about like 4 or 5 times, and having to stealth through those dogs multiple times, it like, especially when it only takes like 1 shot to kill them with that shotgun, and you have plenty of shells, just kill them. Don't even worry about ammo. Just whip out the shotgun and give them a good old blast to the face, and you'll be fine. So it'll save you time in the long run rather than having to avoid them. If you were on a harder difficulty and you really were lacking on ammo, then maybe stealth them until you're in a better position ammo-wise. But we're on normal and we have a very good amount of ammo right now. So yes, kill them. Just murder their faces. There's actually nothing for me to really commentate on right now because, like, I'm mostly just commentating, 1, for hopefully the occasional funny dialogue, and 2, just to comment on why I do the things that I do, and then if I think that I actually should have done something different, where I realize, oh, that actually gave me time instead of saved me time, I explain it. So... but right now, there's none of that. Like, all we're gonna do is literally turn this corner, open the door, and then we're gonna end the video. Yay. Okay, the reason I do this is because you need this box to get over the hole that's in this hallway. but I just go ahead and do it because why not? Because you have to do it anyway at some point. But the thing is like, you probably don't need to push it flush against this wall like I do, but the thing is that this box has a system where if you don't have it in the right position, it basically, when you leave the room, it will respawn back to its original position. But now that I have it in the perfect position, flush against the wall, that won't happen. So we can just climb over it, easy peasy. But yeah, we're at the save room, and all you're gonna see is me organizing my inventory and then saving the game. So I think I'll just end the video here because you're gonna see me do this a lot, like, because I don't really have anything else to comment on. We're just gonna do the residents. Yay. So I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'm gonna spare you having to see this for the upteenth time. Because I'm pretty much done with inventory management anyway, so I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.